Welcome to the Repugen Podcast, where we transform patient care.
Welcome back to another episode of the Repugen Podcast. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm John.
Today we're covering the AI recommendation era, preparing healthcare practices for AI-driven patient discovery.
Yeah, and I mean, this is such a fascinating deep dive today because, well, for the last 20 years, your practice's website was essentially your digital front door.
Right, exactly. A patient searches for a doctor, they get a list of links, they click one, and, they step inside.
But going through our sources today, it really paints a completely different picture now.
Oh, totally. Because the reality is a prospective patient might never even see your website. They're just getting an AI-generated summary of your practice right there in the search interface.
And it's a massive behavioral shift. Like, projections are showing that by 2028, around $750 billion in consumer spending could move directly through these AI search experiences.
Wow, $750 billion. So if your website isn't that guaranteed first touch point anymore, we really have to look at the invisible hoops the AI makes you jump through.
Right, which our sources are calling this institutional validation loop. These large language models, they basically hate uncertainty.
Yeah, they want to be sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So before they risk recommending your practice, they aggressively cross-reference your credentials. They scan NPI registries. They check board certifications, hospital affiliations, all across the web.
It's trying to establish real clinical authority first. I actually like to think of it like a bouncer at an exclusive club.
Oh, that's a good way to look at it.
Right. Having the right board certification or NPI number, that just gets you in line. It's like the bare minimum. But how do you actually get picked to go inside?
Well, that is where patient feedback comes in. But the mechanism for that has completely changed. We all used to obsess over just the overall star rating.
Yeah, just getting to 4.8 or whatever.
Right. But now AI uses this thing called named entity recognition. It's basically like the AI has a digital highlighter and it's reading the actual written narratives of your reviews.
Wait, so I want to push back on that for a second. Are you saying that like a detailed 4-star review from last week where a patient talks about their minimally invasive knee replacement is actually more valuable to an AI than, say, a generic 5-star review from 3 years ago?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. The AI heavily prioritizes review recency and context now.
Because patients aren't just typing doctor near me anymore, right?
Exactly. They are asking conversational, highly specific questions. So to answer those complex queries confidently, the system needs recent detailed narratives. A generic 5-star rating from 2020 just doesn't give the machine the data it needs to formulate a personalized answer.
That makes perfect sense. The machine has to prove why it's recommending you, which means you can't just passively exist online anymore. You have to actively control your digital footprint for what the industry calls zero-click discovery.
Yeah, and that starts with strengthening your external authority. The AI is out there looking for media mentions and clinical citations on trusted third-party platforms.
Just to prove you are who you say you are. And then there's your digital identity, right? Your exact name, address, and phone number have to match flawlessly across every single directory.
Right, everywhere. Because if there's a discrepancy, say, an old suite number on one site and a new one somewhere else, the AI doesn't try to guess.
It just skips your practice entirely. It wants to avoid sending a patient to the wrong address.
Exactly. And to stop it from misunderstanding your specific services, you also have to implement structured data, like medical schema markup.
Let's break that down for a second for everyone. Schema markup is essentially this invisible translator code on your website, right?
Yeah, that's a great way to describe it.
It takes your human-readable web content and translates it into a structured language that the AI instantly understands, directly flagging your credentials and accepted insurances.
That code is the bridge between your expertise and the AI's recommendation. But when we connect all these pieces, the authority, the consistent data, the detailed reviews, it requires serious infrastructure.
You really can't manage this manually, which is exactly where Repugen steps in.
Yeah, they help healthcare organizations build these exact AI-ready trust signals.
Right. They generate those detailed recent reviews you need, and they manage your entire digital reputation using fully HIPAA-compliant tools.
The bottom line here is that being discoverable just isn't enough anymore. You actually have to be recommendable to a machine.
Which leaves us with a pretty big question to ponder today. What happens to your practice's growth when a patient's very first impression of you is entirely constructed by an AI?
It's a reality every provider really needs to prepare for right now.
Absolutely. So if you want to get ahead of this shift, Head over to the Repugen website and book a free demo today to prepare your practice for the AI recommendation era.
Thanks for listening to the Repugen Podcast, your path to better healthcare.